So, after officially living in Nigeria full time, I need to sit down with you guys and have a real conversation because I get so many questions from you guys about Gabby. How do you feel about living in Nigeria? How was the transition? So, it's time for me to sit you guys down and for me to tell you guys what I truly feel about living in Nigeria for the last past year. Now, the first thing that I want to address is that I know a lot of you come over here and visit your man for the first time, or either you're visiting your lady for the first time. Some of you are planning to come over here to get married, and that is super exciting. But I do get some people reach out to me and say, "Hey, Gabby, I am thinking about making that transition from the United States over to Nigeria, and I want to permanently live there." And so I just want to give you guys a heads up about a few things. I think the first thing that I want to kind of give you a heads up about is that you are going to need to save finances, 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 finances. And I'll say it again, save your coins, okay? Because listen, if you are thinking that just because you coming over to a foreign country, Africa, and you're planning to say, okay, I want to keep up with the luxury lifestyle that I was living in the United States and I can come over to Africa and do it for cheaper. No. Remove that out of your head because I'm telling you now, the amount of money that you are going to need to get you through to set you up to live comfortably here in Nigeria, you will be spending that bag. And when I talk about spending that bag, when I talk about spending those coins, I'm talking about the financial aspect of things, of what it's going to take for you to really keep up with the lifestyle, to really keep yourself very, very comfortable here in Nigeria. All of these things like getting a quality generator, or you're getting a quality inverter, or you're getting quality panels to put on top of your house and keep yourself comfortable with 24-hour light, which is what we're used to in the United States. Listen, you guys, all of these things are going to cost you a ton of money. Okay. So I just want you guys to definitely keep that in mind. Another thing that I would say probably keep in mind too is that when you come over to Nigeria, you know, the foods and the ingredients that we're used to using, they don't have all of that here. And so you're going to have to make a big shift of when it comes to certain things that you're used to in the United States versus from things that Africa, Nigeria has to make your food taste good. Don't get me wrong, they have amazing healthy foods here, but just keep in mind that what you're used to in the States, they technically really don't have that option for you here in Nigeria. And I just feel like that's something too to just keep in mind, because if you are a big cooker, you don't really like to eat out, you like to cook at home, you like your food to taste a certain way, that's something to keep in mind when you want to come over here and move to Nigeria permanently. Now, something else that also keep in mind too is that you guys, I do not recommend trying to move to Nigeria permanently if you do not have a source of income that is coming in for you every single month so that you can stay comfortable, you guys. Unless you saved up for like the last year, and even saving up for the last year, I still wouldn't bet on that. You need to have an income coming in every single month so that you can be able to be comfortable here in Nigeria. A lot of you not really planning out very well how you're going to come over here and live financially, because 9 times out of 10, most of you are working 9 to 5 jobs in the United States. And half of those jobs are not going to allow you to just pack up and move to Nigeria and pay you from the United States into Africa, into Nigeria specifically. So I just want to say, definitely 100% have a plan on what you're going to do financially when it comes to you sustaining your lifestyle from what you're used to in the United States, and just really honestly being comfortable here. Something else that I've also spoken about too publicly is the police harassment here. Now, do not get me wrong, you guys. Nigeria is an amazing country. There's amazing culture here. And as you know, there are amazing people here. most of us that watches my channel, either you guys are engaged, either you're in a relationship with someone Nigerian, or you're already married. So you know that it's amazing people here. But yes, in my opinion, I do feel that if you are thinking about moving to Nigeria permanently, that you should keep in mind that yes, I have went through here, living here in Nigeria over the last year, where I have went through police harassment. Sometimes you can be driving to a location, you can simply get pulled over, and something that is supposed to be a quick car search turns into the policeman begging you for money. And I don't know about you, but listen, I'm not used to that in the United States. And it can be very frustrating and annoying when you're trying to get to one destination to another and a police officer have you dumping out all of your items out of your bag, asking you to step out of the car, and they don't want anything but money. So I think just keep in mind, if you're planning to move over to Nigeria permanently, I don't think that you're going to be able to get away from that. You may go through that maybe once or twice while you're here, but I don't think you're going to be able to skip out on the police harassment. Another thing why I emphasize on finances is because you guys, the amount of money that you pay here to get an apartment for the year, yes, it is way cheaper than what you pay in the United States, but also something to keep in mind for those that does not have thousands and thousands of dollars sitting in their bank accounts. You're going to have to plan this out efficiently, because when you come over to Nigeria to rent you a place out for the year, they make you pay for the entire year, which depending on which city you're going to, which part of Nigeria you're in, it could be anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 to $20,000. And that is a lot of money to take out of your account. So definitely just keep in mind when you're getting ready to thinking about renting an apartment, that is all coming out at one big time instead of in increments over the months that you're going to pay for the year. Something else that I also want to bring up is also that if you're planning to move over here to Nigeria permanently, it is definitely important for you to just make connections here in Nigeria, to have friends, to have people that you talk to have someone here in Nigeria that you trust. Because listen to me, if you move over here permanently and you do not know the Nigerian languages, I am going to tell you now, you are going to have a very difficult time going to any grocery store, going to anywhere that you want to buy anything. I can 100% guarantee you that they will overcharge you the moment you open up your mouth, and they can tell that you are not fully Nigerian. They are going to overcharge you. Something that I feel that is very important is that you have a connection over here in Nigeria. It does not necessarily need to be a relationship with a man over here or a relationship with a woman, but it's good to have a good connection over here so that if you permanently want to move, you can have someone over here that you can call, you can ask for advice, you can ask them about pricing from dollar to naira, because I have been taken advantage of a few times before I learned the equivalency of dollar to naira, and before I learned how to price things down in the market. And so that is something definitely that you should keep in mind, especially if you are planning to move here permanently in Nigeria. Because let me just be honest, you guys, as an American, we are used to certain things. We are raised this way. And so when you come over to a new country to try to get settled in, there is some difficulties and some changes that you may have to bend to and learn with. But if it's something that you really feel in your heart, like I did, it is something that you can learn to adjust to. But take these few tips. Keep these tips in mind if you are thinking about moving over here to Nigeria permanently. I'm super excited that I can sit down with you guys, open up, and be honest about some of the things that I've learned over the last year living here in Nigeria, some of the struggles that I've went through as an American being here in an African country. It has not been easy, but I am thankful that I did make that transition from the United States over to Nigeria, and it has been even more easier for me because I do have my husband here that has been teaching me so many things along the way, and I have been accepting those things and willing to open my mind and be acceptable to so many things, you guys, that I didn't know before. And so please keep all these things in mind if you are seriously thinking about moving over to Lagos, Nigeria permanently. I love you guys so much. I'm looking forward to sitting down with you guys and having more of these type of conversations. Until the next video, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.